Well, good day there. Welcome back to the channel. Well, it is Wednesday, the 14th of September, and about 3 days ago, we had our fall 2022 Type-In here in Albuquerque, and it was a smashing success, and I'd like to talk about it a little bit, so stay tuned. Well, first of all, the success of the event would not have happened without the help of my friend Kevin Kittle and also the other members of our Typewriter Society, specifically Bill Teft and William Dudley. It was a smashing success. It took place on a Sunday afternoon in one of the few public libraries in Albuquerque that's actually open. So there was a lot of foot traffic, a lot of library people from around the community that were in there in the library that day just for the purpose of going to the library. A lot of them probably didn't even know ahead of time that there was a typewriter event. And the other good thing about it is the venue, when you go into the library doors, into the main entrance, the meeting room was right off to the left there, and the doors were open, and it was very evident that there was a very interesting event happening because everybody could see it as they walked in and out. And we also had an easel with one of our posters from a previous Type-In that we reused. So that was really good. So a lot of foot traffic, really busy. Because of the busyness, though, of getting set up for the Type-In and the fact that we only had a half an hour between when the library opened and when the event started, we were kind of in a mad rush once we got in the building to set up. I shot a little bit of footage at the beginning and maybe a little bit of somewhere in the middle of the event, but I didn't shoot any video footage of the rest of the event, nor did I take any photos because I left my phone at home. So here I am making a video about the typewriter event without very much footage or video. But fortunately, we had the blessings of Ted Munk, Briane Good, and Susan Kuver from the typewriter community who attended the event. And Briane and Ted took trains to Albuquerque from Phoenix, and they left via airplanes.
Alright, here we are at the train station in Albuquerque, and figured I'd film a little bit of that. We are waiting for our ride and off to the Albuquerque Type-In.
Ted, welcome to Albuquerque.
Well, thank you, Joe.
Thank you. Welcome to the Type-In.
Thank you.
We're all on the Type Pad.
Brian?
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the Type-In.
Thank you.
Welcome to Albuquerque. Wow, yeah.
Lovely.
You guys rolled in on the train.
We did. We did.
Fantastic. Well, of course, I'm Joe Van Cleve, and this is the Albuquerque Fall 2022 Type-In at the Cherry Hills Library in Albuquerque. We have a room full of people with typewriters. We have out-of-state visitors from Arizona and Texas. Yes, we're being invaded, and it's wonderful, and it's really a great turnout. I was really enthused about this, but here we are at the Albuquerque Type-In, and we're having fun. Ted, what are you doing?
I am typing the last few lines of your letter on a Vogue machine.
And are you going to mail it from Arizona?
No, I'm going to
hand it to me
and hand it to you.
You're going to save on all the postage?
I'm going to save a postage stamp.
That's fantastic. And also, we were super blessed with Susan. Her and her husband had gone to Santa Fe just on vacation, and it's only an hour's drive down to Albuquerque from Santa Fe. So she took a lot of photographs and posted them on Facebook.
Oh my goodness, he's recording me already.
Hi, welcome to Albuquerque.
Thank you so much, Joe. We're so excited to be here.
So we'll start here with William Dudley's Groma Colibri. It had a new platen installed by from J.J. Short by John Lewis. So he's a local member of our society. It was a really cool machine, really loved it. And then next we had me demonstrating the Corona 3 folding typewriter, which is a cute little machine. Here is Kevin's Godrej Prima. This typewriter was one of the last full-size manual typewriters ever made. I think these were made up until the late 1990s in India. And Kevin had this imported from India, and it's been a workhorse typewriter, and he's actually used it for our roll call or for membership to people that wanted to put their contact information. Here is me with the Canon Typestar 220 holding a erasable correction cartridge and just demonstrating all these typewriters or showing them around. This is Kevin's IBM Personal Selectric from like 1983. Kind of a similar size to my early IBM Selectric 1. This is just the more modern Selectric 2, 3 body style. They only made this particular Personal Selectric for 1 year. This is Kevin's, and it has a Selectric 3 correctable ribbon cartridge. Now this Facet Type-R Electric is a fantastic machine. This has both a cloth ribbon and a carbon film spool system installed. So this actually has 3 colors currently. Black and red on the cloth ribbon, and then green on the carbon film spool system, a reel-to-reel system. And you can switch back and forth between both ribbon systems, and it's a fantastic Type-R Electric machine. This is like one of the best electric Type-R machines ever made. This was my Royal KMM from 1947 sitting atop the laser cut storage box. This was a really good hit. A lot of people love this typewriter because it does have such a great touch to it, because it was fully serviced by John Lewis, and it's also sporting the Typewriter Muse typewriter cover towel from Bob Marshall, which he gave us a whole pile of these towels, and I gave them away during the event. And this is a shot of some Ted Munk and one of our local members sitting at one of the front tables with the electric machines. There's a daisy wheel machine in the front and 2 of the electrics. And then here are some of the older machines that we had, including Kevin's the Imperial Good Companion and his Oliver. It was really nice to have these classy machines. And oh, look at those classy green wooden chairs. So this is the Antares Parva. Here is Kevin's Ideal that we picked up in Tucson a couple years ago. These are clips taken by another member who attended. So this is the Antares Parva, a fun little machine. Here is Kevin. He is actually describing every typewriter in attendance. You can see my Corona Standard with the candelabra in the foreground, and my Hermes 3000 to the left with Ron sitting there, Susan's husband. So here's my Corona 3. This was a nice little hit machine. Everybody enjoyed it. And there's the Corona 3 in the foreground with me and Bill Teft in the background, and one of the ladies who came with her Olivetti Studio 44. That was a very cool typewriter. It needed a new ribbon, by the way, which we couldn't really help her with. We didn't have the right spools. I also brought this Underwood Portable, and that was also a very well-received machine. And my Corona flat top standard with the candelabra, of course. And then this is me demonstrating the Corona 3 for everybody as Kevin was describing them. I was being the Vanna White. And there I am holding the Imperial Good Companion of Kevin's with a cork platen, because this was made in World War II and there was a rubber shortage. That's a very sweet machine. This is Kevin's Oliver typewriter. These are always popular machines, especially when they come with the base plate, mounted to the wooden base plate. This was an Olympia SF brought in by an outsider, not a member of our group, and fantastic little Olympia SF, very popular with a script typeface. Here is a beautiful Royal 10 that someone walked in off the street with. It's been restored. I think it has a new rubber platen. What a fantastic machine this was. Has a super light touch. I was very impressed with this Royal 10, and all the decals look so good, and the key legends also. And here are the 2 side windows to that Royal 10. Ted Munk's blog, because he has an article here dated September 13th, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles to the September 11th, 2022 Albuquerque Typewriter Society Type-In. Okay, so here is Ted's article. He starts with the Aztec 700, and he has a very cool typecast made onto some paper that Tori had been using as a painting scrap paper. And then we get into some photos of their stay at the Hotel Monte Vista in Flagstaff. They drove up to Flagstaff. There's some audio of that here. If you visit his blog, you'll be able to listen to that. This first audio track is actually about a street guy that was playing some music. Here's Brian. Here is one of the signs at the station, talking about how sleep has eluded them at the hotel because of the noise outside in downtown Flagstaff. More pictures of downtown Flagstaff, including including this really interesting 3D cartoon style illustration of the downtown area. And then there is a section here showing the Hanging with the Poor Typist video. And if you start this at the beginning, a few minutes into it, you'll be able to watch Ted and Briane's live stream from the Amtrak train as they're driving from Arizona over into New Mexico, which is very fun. Be sure you watch that. And then there's also the Early Typewriter Collectors, Etc. magazine, the summer of 2022 Typing on the Rails issue, which is very apropos for the trip that they did. And then Ted has some more typecasting here about being picked up in Albuquerque by the Kittles, and here is his little ID badge that Kevin typed up, which is very cool. And then there's some more sounds and stuff that he recorded in the Type-In itself. And then he also has a list of things he needs to do, including the TypeStar 220 manual. It's a 102-page manual. It needs to be scanned, and I figured, hey, I'll just let Ted do it, and he can mail it back to me. And then there were some feet here that William Dudley, one of our members, needed for his Calibri. And then we finish up the typecast here with the rest of his trip here in Albuquerque and their very eventful flight back to Phoenix and a detour out to California because of some severe weather and other problems in the Phoenix area. And then finally they make it back. So this is a super fun article, and I really welcome you guys, encourage you guys to go visit Ted's blog and watch it, read it, listen to it, and have fun with it. Well, the first thing that I will say about organizing a Type-In is the venue is the most important thing, and it's often the hardest thing to find, the proper venue, that is. We've struggled ever since I started having Type-Ins in Albuquerque around maybe 2017, I think. We've struggled with finding the proper venues. Restaurants can be okay, but you need like a meeting room, but most restaurants want you to reserve it or want you to promise that you'll pay a minimal amount of money to help pay the wait staff if not enough people order food or drink above a certain level. Then we found a location in Albuquerque that was a stationery store, and they hosted a number of Type-Ins out on their breezeway outdoors. So we called those type-outs. But they weren't necessarily conducive to year-round typing, and also the size was rather limited because of the venue. So it's really nice finding something like a public library, right, that's supported by your community's tax dollars, and they have a meeting room and staff that can help you set it up, and I think that's a really great thing. The kinds of clientele that go to public libraries are generally people that like to read, obviously. Most people go to libraries because they like to read. Reading is a direct connection to libraries, and writing and reading go hand in hand. So it's kind of a natural fit for the kind of people that go to libraries that might want to attend a typewriter gathering. So then you need a team of people to help you, because it's difficult to do a one-man typewriter event or one-woman typewriter event. And I am very blessed to have my partner Kevin Kittle helping. He was instrumental, super instrumental in organizing and helping to have this thing go off with a great success. Also, because Kevin is a fellow typewriter collector, it turns out he has machines that he's interested in collecting that I don't have. And so we kind of complement each other in terms of the kinds of machines we collect. I think overall in the Type-In this week, we had more electric machines than a lot of people were expecting, because Kevin and I both like electric typewriters. So that was kind of fun, and a lot of people got a chance to try them out, including this wonderful 721 Selectric that was quite popular. We didn't really have a person assigned for media to shoot photos and videos, specifically in a format that I could then take and assemble into a video. It's a little more difficult, as I said earlier, for me to take photos off of Facebook. In fact, you really can't. The only way you can do it is do a screen capture of you scrolling the photos on Facebook, which is what we did here. You need kind of a person that's kind of in charge of recording pictures and video. That means you need a core of people to help you, like a minimal number of people, a door greeter, another assistant going around helping with people, a third person who is a media person perhaps. So you really need at least 3 or 4 people that are actively being involved in the meeting and helping to set up and tear down afterwards. And so this meeting, we were super lucky that our guests, our out-of-town guests, they helped us set up and tear down, which was super helpful. We really appreciate you guys doing that.
It really is amazingly clean.
But I hope you enjoyed this just as a little glimpse of how fun these typewriter meetings can be. And really, going forward, I would like to enable more people to start their own typewriter meetings in their community. I can give you the short version right now, which is essentially having a core of people to help, having the venue is super important, and then publicizing the venue properly. And I can tip my hat to Susan Kuver for the way she went out of her way to have such a smashing success at her initial Type-In in Plano, Texas a few months ago. But you need that. You need communication and social media and various forms of social media. Having an emailing list also is what we've been doing of people that have been interested from past meetings, and keeping people in touch with your future intentions is very important also. So be connected, stay connected to the typewriter community on social media. That's very important. But I just want to invite you guys the next time we have a public typewriter meeting in Albuquerque, I will make sure you know, and I'd love to see you there. But until then, I wish you the very best with your creative ventures with typewriters. And as always, stay creative and have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye for now.